President, please be seated. The court is back in session. And I'd like to hand the floor now to the defense team for Kiew Sampon to put questions to this witness. You may proceed, counsel.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, witness. My name is Anta Gise, and I'm an international co-counsel for Mr. Kiew Sampan. And it is in this capacity that I'll put some additional questions to you. Let me point out that you've been in the witness dock for quite some time now, and I'm the last person to put questions to you. I would like us to start by looking at documents that Judge Lavin elicited some reactions from you on. He used a record of interview of meeting of the standing committee of the 2nd of November 1975, and it is E3/227, and he read out to you a passage of what was said on a boat. May I have you
Que vous-même, vous n'avez
confirm something for me? I understood from your testimony that you were part of the Marine only in 1976. Did I properly understand your testimony?
Yes, that is correct.
Pour être plus précise,
To be more specific, and this is what transpires from your interview with the co-investigating judges, and it is document E319/23.3.54, and it is in answer to questions 20 to 22. You said you were transferred to the Marine in Division 164 in June 1976, and also answering a question put to you by the International Co-Prosecutor. I understood that you completed your training, and if I am wrong, please correct me. That was in August 1976. Did I properly understand your testimony?
Allow me to respond to your question, counsel. When Long Dani interviewed me, I gave him an estimate of the year, that is around June 1976. And from the question that you put to me, I try to recall the event again, that is on the organization of the Navy at the time. I may change my statement a bit. It should be in around August, because in June that was the month of my departure through the area.
d'accord, donc vous partez.
Very well. So you went to that place in August 1976. I understood from your testimony that your training lasted 6 months. Am I correct in thinking so? In which case you completed your training in late 1976. Does that reflect what you can remember?
Yes, that is correct. The first training for the 4 ships actually lasted for 6 months. At that time, the vessels were given to us by our Chinese comrades. And then the training was conducted with Chinese trainers who came along with the vessels, so that we would know how to use and to navigate the vessels.
Donc, si je comprends,
So if I understand you correctly, it wasn't in late 1976 that you were able to take control of a boat, and it was in late 1976 that you were able to receive orders regarding the functioning of your boat. Is that what I should understand from your testimony?
In late 1976, I was not yet appointed as a captain of the ship. There were 4 ships or vessels, 101, 102, 103, and 104. The numeric designation was for the purpose of identifying the vessels. And I was attached to vessel 102, and the chief there who was in charge was Horn. However, Horn passed away.
ma question donc par rapport
My question, therefore, in light of the minutes of the Standing Committee of November 1975, is as follows. Do we agree that insofar as you only took your duties as commander of the boat only after 1976, all that had to do with commanding the boat is something that could not have happened before that date? Is that correct?
ហេតុការណ៍
The fact is, in late 1976, there was no incident involving the Navy. And only in late 77 or early 78, there was internal contradiction or conflict within the leadership of the division, namely Dum and Mihmud. I was aware of this internal contradiction or conflict at the time. The thing is that they disagreed during the meeting whereby the standing committee of the division attended, and I learned of this information through Sarun, head of the regiment, who told me about it.
je vous remercie de votre réponse.
Thank you for your answer, but I think my question was probably not clear to you. It was different. My question was this. Before 1976, when you became the captain of a boat, is it correct to say that you had no relationship or no reports regarding the functioning of the boat or the maritime components of the army?
Yes, I did not know about anything about the Navy, because at that time I was still part of Division 164, and I was stationed at the Kong Keng airfield. At that time, we used the ships or boats which were the war spoils from the colonial regime. I saw those boats.
Je voudrais maintenant
I would like us to look at the second document on which Judge Lavang had you give comments, document E3/13. That document is the record of the meeting of the secretaries and deputy secretaries of independent regiments. My first question is to ask you confirm whether you were never a secretary of an independent regiment.
In fact, I was not part of the independent regimental committee. I was subordinated to the regimental level, and I was the secretary of a company.
Est-ce que c'est une question
This is a question by a layperson, and I crave your indulgence for that. Do we agree that a battalion commander is higher than the commander of a company?
Regarding the change of command and the structure of the DK army, was that the army was divided into squad, group, platoon, company, battalion, a regiment, division, and then zone. And in fact, the sector itself had its own sector army, namely Kampot, Takeo, Kampong Cham, throughout the world. That is how the military structure was organized.
Monsieur le témoin, je sais que vous avez...
Witness, I know you have a lot of information on the army, but unfortunately I'm running out of time. I'm trying to put very specific questions to you, and may I ask you to answer my questions as concisely as possible. My question is aimed at having you clarify this point, that the commander of a battalion is of a higher level than the commander of a company. Is that correct?
The commander of a battalion, of course, is superior than the commander of the company, because the company is subordinate to the battalion.
Alors, je vous dis ça parce que
I say so because in document E3/13, first page, ERN in French 00334972. In Khmer, the ERN is 403. In English, 00940337. In paragraph 2, titled Studies, and it is indicated therein that there was going to be education, and the following is stated: we have to choose elements, one, who are politically clean, and two, who are capable of comprehending the context. This is for the Battalion Permanent Committee. So my question to you is whether you know about training sessions that were only for people whose rank was that of battalion commander and above. So let me be more specific in my questions. Do you know whether your superiors were invited to attend training sessions that you were not able to attend because of their level?
Regarding the meetings, meetings were held at different levels. I did not have any right to attend any meetings held at the battalion level or at the regimental or divisional level, unless I was invited to attend such a meeting when necessary.
Et pour en revenir,
And returning to the issue of training, this time around you were invited to attend a training session when you were a member of Division 164. May I know whether you attended any training sessions during which you received instructions to kill civilians, including babies, as part of the conflict with Vietnam?
Through my recollection, I'm pretty sure that at the time there were no such principles, and through the meetings that I attended, I did not receive any instruction or order to kill infants or to kill Vietnamese civilians. The purpose at the time was for the soldiers to prepare themselves for any possible clashes along the border. As to the details of the strategies of the combat or the clashes along the border, I was not involved and I did not have that details.
vous avez
In answer to a question put to you by the co-prosecutor, you said you recalled attending 2 training sessions in Phnom Penh, attended by Son Sen inter alia, and he showed you a document showing that you had attended a training session in November 1976. And in your answer, you also stated that you appeared to remember having attended a training session in 1975. I would like you to clarify this point, because in the record of your interview with co-investigating judges, document E319/23.3.54, in answer to question 78, you asked the question, under the democratic Kampuchea regime, did you go to Phnom Penh? And your answer was, I went to Phnom Penh in 1977 to attend a training session conducted by Son Sen at the military headquarters. My question to you is as follows. Try to remember to the best of as best you can. Did you attend another training session after that of November 1976? And was that training session in 1977? If yes, those would be would those be the only 2 training sessions you attended, or there were other training sessions you assisted or you attended, beg your pardon, before or after those training sessions?
As far as I remember, I attended study sessions 2 times with Son Sen. That's how I can recall that I attended the 2 study sessions. In one study session, Son Sen was the instructor. That was the first one. And for the second study session, I could say that it happened in 1977 because each year the General Staff invited the level of the company up. That is, company, battalion, regiment, and divisions to attend such a yearly study sessions so that we could be instilled with the policies so that we could understand about the line and the objectives, how to build the army, and how to have the military structure and organization. That was the speech made by Sun Sen, the opening speech made by Sun Sen for that political study session.
Je voudrais maintenant revenir.
I would like us to revisit document E3/13 that Judge Laveng asked you to comment on. He quoted a sentence, the ERN is 00334-983 in French. The ERN in English is 0094-0355, and the ERN in Khmer is 00524-13, and it continues, I believe, on the next page. The sentence that was read out to you was the following: we must purge the bad elements at all costs in terms of the class struggle. Free translation. And I'll put a question to you on this subject. So there are three categories of bad elements cited. The first category is the dangerous category. They must be absolutely purged. Second category, the ordinary liberal category. They must be educated again and again in our education schools. Third category, the category of those who have merely been incited by the enemy, merely believing in the enemy incitement. As a first step, they should undergo refashioning to get them to no longer believe the enemy, end of quote. A while ago, you stated that as part of your duties and responsibilities, first of all as commander or company commander, and then the captain of a navy boat, you first had to purge yourself or refashion yourself, and then have your subordinates refashion themselves. My question to you is as follows: as part of your assignments, did you know of any members of your crew who were sent for refashioning or who were considered as being as conforming to the second and third categories I have just read out to you?
At my naval ship, after I was appointed as the captain of the ship, no crew member of my ship was removed who fit any of the three categories that you just described. This kind of action was to be done amongst the cadres who were responsible for the technical aspects of each individual crew member.
Un autre point.
Another point I'd like to discuss with you is as follows. When you underwent training, I forgot to mention this point earlier, that's why I'm backtracking a little. you said that you underwent training at Uche Til, and you said that your instructor was a Chinese. Do you remember whether at the time, while the training session was going on, ordinary boats were authorized to moor at the port at Uche Til?
Besides the military vessels, other vessels could dock only with the permission. As for the training, all combatants or Navy or cadres here to engage in the technical training of the vessels. The vessels that arrived at Ochetil, rather boats that arrived at Ochetil port were those under the instructions from the regimental level or divisional level. Without such authorization, those boats or vessels could not dock at the port.
Dans un document
In document E319/23.3.12, in answer to question number 66, Abdemois says something different. He says that the port at Ochetil was used for the training of Marines by the Chinese, and ordinary boats were not authorized to moor at it. And he says that the port that was at Rim was an international port, and it was accessible to all ordinary ships. End of quote. Does this jog your memory? You have pointed out that you could be issued with an exceptional authorization allowing boats to moor at the Ochetil port. Was the port at Rim a port to which ordinary boats had access?
There was also a port at Rim. However, it was an old military port from the colonial regime, and it was used prior to 1975. The port was actually used for the military as well as the civilians, namely the fishing people who went to fish at sea and can return through that port.
I understood from your testimony that you, given the size of your boat, you could not intercept small boats, but that through the radio broadcast that you would hear on your boat, you had access to some information, and therefore, on that basis, you answered Danny's questions from DC Camp. So did I understand your testimony properly? That is to say that you obtained information through the radio that you were able to listen to.
Yes, that is correct. There was a radio communication from the on-land headquarters to the ship. They use radio communication and telegrams. Because of the long distance, these were means of communications that they used.
Do you remember either by intercepting the radio broadcast or by obtaining information from other soldiers who were not part of your vessel, do you remember hearing that there was between 76 and 79, that is to say when you were in the Navy, therefore did you ever become aware of captures of seizures of weapons on Vietnamese vessels? Did you ever hear that Vietnamese weapons had been captured or seized? That is to say that Vietnamese armed vessels were intercepted.
In reference to the statement from that document, although I cannot recall it, can I clarify with you whether this is the statement that is transcribed from the audio record of my interview with Londonese from DC camp? Or are you referring to another document? Please specify the source of that document.
Well, I'm putting to you a general question. Then afterwards I will provide you with the source depending on your answer, the source coming from another witness. So I'm asking you in general terms if you remember weapons being seized on other boats.
Through my recollection, I did not hear such information. Of course, such information was never delivered to my vessel. President, Deputy Co-Prosecutor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I note that the 3 sessions given to the defense have already expired a few minutes ago. This is out of a concern for equity. Nuncia's counsel used 2.5 sessions, and Kesampan was left with a half an hour, and a half an hour has expired. Answer: the co-prosecutor's calculation is not exact. We calculated this carefully with my colleague from the Nuncia team, and one session is 70 minutes, and last time I was very firm about this, so my colleague used 30 minutes, so I have at least 5 minutes left for my examination.
Donc,
So, let me continue. And to finish with this witness, you tell me that you do not remember if weapons had been seized. And a witness, this is document E319/23.3.21, said, and I will quote this in English, and it's at question and answer 21 of this statement.
Vietnamese motorboats which entered our territorial waters were armed with B-40 rockets and so on. Fin de citation.
End of quote. Another witness, and this is TCW 1000, also spoke about gunfire with certain Vietnamese vessels and about weapons that were found on some of these vessels. So do these statements somehow refresh your memory or not at all regarding the fact that weapons or were found on these vessels, or regarding the fact that there was gunfire between the boats?
No.
In between 1975 to 76 and 77, there were clashes at sea. As for the new vessel under my supervision, our vessel was not engaged in such clashes. The statement that you provided in your questioning concerning an account of a witness and I can say that that is his personal account. However, for my personal account, I was not aware of that. I can only testify to the extent of what I know that I personally experienced, and if I do not know, I would say so. And regarding this statement, I was not aware of it, as my task was not involved in that matter.
Et le dernier point que je souhaite
The last point I'd like to talk to you about is the following. You enjoyed training within the Army, and we heard before this chamber witnesses who were speaking about the presence of militiamen or soldiers within the cooperatives. So do you know if the training of these people who were working in the cooperatives was similar to the training that was given within the Army?
As for the work by the cooperatives or by the militia, I could not grasp it as I was far from them. I did not know how they organized their works. As I stated earlier, from 1970 to 1975, I was not at the best. I was involved in some major battlefields, and I could not tell you about the details of any small clashes or small battlefields.
et ce sera
And this will be my last question. In your DCCAM document E3/9113, English ERN 00974249, Khmer 00926425. Regarding the same question, you're here a little bit more specific, and you say, in English I will quote,
Back then, the soldiers were trained by the military commander-in-chief, while the local villagers were trained locally. So the soldiers were not aware of the local villagers' training. Fin de citation.
end of quote. Does that correspond to your memories? That is to say, the fact that the soldiers who were posted in the villages were trained locally.
In fact, for the basis at the cooperative, I did not know how they ran it. I was with the army and I was far from the cooperatives, so I did not know how they manage their cooperatives or how the administrative structure was organized. I was part of the regular army, and usually I was at the front, so I would not know about the organization or the administration at the rear battlefield.
បាទបានហើយ
President, the time expired, the council, and Mr. Promsarat, the chamber is grateful of your time, and your testimony may contribute to the ascertainment of the truth in this case, and you may be excused from the courtroom, so you can return to your residence or wherever you wish to return to, and the chamber wishes you all the very best. Court officer, in collaboration with Visu, please make arrangement for transportation for the witness to return to his place. And next, the chamber will hear testimony of another witness, that is through TCW 849. And court officer, please usher the witness into the courtroom.
President, good afternoon, Madam Witness. What is your name? Answer, Minh Dương. President, thank you, Madam Minh Dương. When were you born? Can you tell the chamber? Madam Witness, please wait until the tip of your microphone is red. Can you tell the chamber when were you born? Answer, I could not recall it. Question, how old are you? Answer, I am 65 years old. Thank you. Question, Madam Witness, where were you born? Which district, province, commune that you were born? Answer, I was born in Kampong Trat commune. Kampong Trat commune. Question, what district and what province is it in? Answer, Kampong Trat district, Svai Rieng province. Question, can you specify again what district in which Kampong Trat commune is located in? Answer, in Chöplung village. Question, what about the district? What is the name of the district? Answer, Rumihai district. President, thank you, Madam Witness. What about your current address? Where do you live? Can you tell us about your current village, commune, and district and province? Answer, my current address is in Chöplung village. Question, so it means your current address and your birthplace are the same. Is that correct? Question, that means your current address is the same like your birthplace. Is that correct? Answer, yes, that is correct. Question, so where do you live right now? Answer, I lived in Chöplung village. Yeah, I emphasize, I lived in Chöplung village. Question, what are the names of your parents? My mother's name is Cao Ut. My father's name is Ân Sun. President, thank you. What about your husband's name and how many children do you have? Answer, I have 4 children. President, thank you. Madam Witness, the greffier made an oral report that to the best of your knowledge, none of the relatives, be it your father, mother, ascendants, are not related to the 2 accused, that is Nuon Chi and Khieu Samphan. Is that report correct? Witness, I could not get your question. President, the report is that you are not related to the 2 accused, that is Nuon Chi and Khieu Samphan, and to any of the civil parties admitted in this case. Is that correct? Answer, no, I have no relationship with them. President, thank you. Have you already taken an oath before the Iron Club statue before you come into this courtroom? Answer, yes, I have already taken an oath. President, now we would like to inform you of your rights and obligation as a witness before the chamber. Madam Witness, as a witness in the proceeding in the chamber, you may refuse to respond to any question or to make any comment which may incriminate you. There is a right against self-incrimination. This means that you may refuse to provide your response or make any comment that could lead you to being prosecuted. Your obligations. As a witness in the proceedings before the chamber, you must respond to any questions by the bench or relevant parties, except where your response or comment to those questions may incriminate you, as the chamber has just informed you of your rights as a witness. You must tell the truth that you have known, heard, seen, remembered, experienced, or observed directly about an event or occurrence relevant to the questions that the bench or parties posed to you. Madam Anjun, have you ever given interviews to investigators from the OCIJ of the ECCC? Answer, no, I have never been interviewed. Question, I mean that have you ever been interviewed by the investigators from the ECCC, whether at a specific location or you were brought in to be interviewed here at the ECCC? Answer, no, I have never been invited to this court, but I was interviewed at my house. Question, do you remember what's the name of the interviewer who interviewed you at your house, and when did the interview take place? Answer, it was last year. It was about a month ago in last year at my house. Question, when the investigator interviewed you, how long did it take for that interview? Question, it took a long time. It was about half an hour. Pursuant to Rule 91 bis of the ECCC, the Chamber gives the floor to the co-prosecutors to put questions first before any other parties. And the combined time for the co-prosecutors and lead co-lawyer for civil party are 2 sessions. You may now proceed. Co-prosecutor, thank you, Mr. President. And good afternoon, parties in this chamber, and good afternoon, Madam Witness. My name is Srieng Ratana. I am the National Deputy Co-Prosecutor. Madam Witness, I would like to put some questions to you. My first question is, what is your husband's name? Answer, my husband's name is Chan Kia. Question, between 1970 and 1975, where did you live? Answer, I lived in Trakip Kadam village after I was transferred from Chöpleung village. Question, could you explain to me more clearly about Trakip Kadam village and Chöpleung village? Does it mean that you were born in Chöpleung village and then you were transferred to Trakip Kadam village, or what? Could you please explain me on this? Answer, my whole family was transferred to Trakip Kadam village. Question, So in what commune that Trakip Kadam village was located? Trakip Kadam village is also in Kampong Trat commune. Question: is it far from Chupleung village? Answer: it is about 2 kilometers away from each other. Question: what about between 1975 and 1979? Where did you live? Answer: let me think. I was separated from my parents and I lived in the mobile unit, but I could not remember well. Question: Madam Witness, please listen to my question again. I will ask you short question. Between 1975, I mean from 17 April 1975 onward, where did you live? Answer: I was separated from my parents and I was with the mobile unit. Question: so where was your mobile unit based? Answer: my mobile unit were sent to the far location in Prosod. Question: you talk about row Prosod. So where was row Prosod located? I mean the commune or the district where that place located. Answer: that place was quiet. It was in Chantria district, but I forget the name of the commune that Ro Prosod was located in. Question: what did you do at that place? Answer: I was there to ditch and build embankment. Question: beside that place, were you relocated to any other place during the period of 3 years? Answer: I was relocated to Kampong Trat. Question: are you referring to Kampong Trat commune that you used to live in? What was the village? Answer: in Chupleung village. We were relocated to Kampong Trat office. So everyone in my mobile unit were relocated to Kampong Trat. Question: what was the name of the commune that area that you transferred to? Answer: is also Kampong Trat commune, and we spent a long time there before we were relocated to another place. Question: you said that it lasted a long time, so how many months was it? And I want to ask you a question now. When you were relocated to Kampong Trat commune, what year or month was it? Answer. It was in 1975. Because because there were a collective marriage organized for us at that time. Question. When you said that it was in 1975, I seem not to understand it well. So, Madam Witness, please listen to my question carefully. When you were separated from your parent to Ro Prosod, what year was it? Answer. It was in 1973 that I was separated from my parents. I lived there for 2 years, and then in 1975 I was relocated, and then members of our mobile unit were arranged to get married. So you mean that between from 1975 onward, were you relocated to any other place? Answer. After the collective marriage, we were relocated to the west. Question. When you said that you were sent to the west, what do you mean? I mean the village or the commune? President interrupted. Witness. I cannot recall it well. In 1975, could the witness be directed to put the microphone closer for the interpreter to hear her sound clearly? President, it is now convenient time for the adjournment. The chamber will resume its hearing tomorrow, 28 January 2016 at 9 a.m. to hear witness Madame Nguyen and a reserve witness to TCW 1007. Thank you, Madame Nguyen. The hearing of your testimony as a witness has not come to an end yet. You are therefore invited to come and testify once again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Court officer with the Western unit, please send Madame Nguyen to the place where she is staying at the moment and invite her back into the courtroom tomorrow at 9 a.m. Security personnel are instructed to bring Mr. Khieu Samphan and Nuon Chie back to the detention facility and have them returned tomorrow morning before 9 a.m. The court is now adjourned.